The COVID-19 pandemic cast a long shadow over the world. Africa was not spared. The pandemic tested the resilience of nations. It exposed vulnerabilities in healthcare systems. It disrupted economies and livelihoods. Yet, even in the face of adversity, Africa's spirit endured. The pandemic arrived at a time of great promise for Africa. The continent had witnessed years of steady economic growth. The future seemed bright, but COVID-19 threatened to derail this progress. It demanded a collective response, a unified effort to protect lives and rebuild economies. Before the pandemic, Africa was on the rise. Many of its economies were among the fastest growing in the world. Countries like Ethiopia, Rwanda, and Côte d'Ivoire were experiencing remarkable progress. Investments were flowing in. Infrastructure was improving. Poverty rates were declining. This growth was driven by several factors. These included political stability, economic reforms, and a burgeoning youth population. There was a sense of optimism across the continent. The African Union's agenda, 2063, a blueprint for transforming Africa into a global powerhouse, captured this aspiration. The COVID-19 pandemic triggered an economic earthquake. It shook the foundations of African economies. Lockdowns and travel restrictions disrupted global supply chains. Businesses were forced to close. Millions lost their jobs and livelihoods. The African Development Bank estimates that the continent lost trillions of dollars in economic output. The pandemic also exacerbated existing challenges. These included poverty, inequality, and weak healthcare systems. The need for a robust and coordinated response was more critical than ever. In the face of unprecedented challenges, the African Development Bank emerged as a beacon of hope. The bank acted swiftly and decisively to support its member countries. It deployed billions of dollars in emergency funding to strengthen healthcare systems. It also provided budget support to governments grappling with the economic fallout of the pandemic. The bank recognized the need for a multi-pronged approach. It went beyond immediate relief efforts to address the pandemic's long-term impacts. The bank launched several strategic initiatives. These were aimed at boosting economic resilience, creating jobs, and strengthening healthcare systems. Section 5. Vaccines, a beacon of hope. The African Development Bank recognized the crucial role of vaccines in ending the pandemic. It committed significant resources to support vaccine access for African countries. Recognizing the challenges of vaccine inequity, the bank went a step further. It championed the need for local vaccine production in Africa. The bank believes that Africa cannot rely solely on external sources for vaccines. It is committed to supporting the development of a robust African pharmaceutical industry. This will enhance the continent's self-reliance and pandemic preparedness in the future. Section 6. Navigating the debt landscape. The COVID-19 pandemic exacerbated Africa's debt burden. The economic downturn reduced government revenues, making it harder to service debts. The African Development Bank played a key role in addressing this challenge. It advocated for debt relief and restructuring for African countries. The bank also emphasized the importance of transparent and sustainable debt management practices. It provided technical assistance to countries to strengthen their debt management capacities. The goal is to prevent future debt crises and ensure that borrowing translates into sustainable development. Section 7. Global Solidarity, a shared responsibility. The African Development Bank recognizes that global challenges require global solutions. It has been actively engaging with international partners to mobilize support for Africa's recovery. The bank has played a key role in advocating for initiatives such as the G20 Debt Service Suspension Initiative. This provided much-needed debt relief to eligible African countries. The bank has also called for the reallocation of special drawing rights, or SDRs. These are international reserve assets created by the International Monetary Fund. The bank believes that channeling SDRs to developing countries, including those in Africa, would provide a significant boost to their recovery efforts. Section 8. Building a Sustainable Future. The African Development Bank is deeply committed to supporting Africa's transition to a more sustainable and climate-resilient future. The bank recognizes that climate change poses a significant threat to the continent's development gains. It has made climate action a top priority in its operations. The bank is investing heavily in renewable energy projects across the continent. It is also supporting climate adaptation and resilience initiatives. These include programs to improve water management, enhance agricultural productivity, and protect coastal communities from rising sea levels. Section 9. Empowering women, investing in youth. The African Development Bank recognizes that investing in women and youth is crucial for Africa's transformation. The bank has implemented several programs to empower women economically. These include providing access to finance, training, and mentorship opportunities. The bank is also investing heavily in youth education and skills development. It recognizes that a skilled and educated workforce is essential for Africa's competitiveness in a global economy. The bank's youth empowerment programs focus on providing young people with the skills they need to succeed in the 21st century job market. Section 10. Towards a united and prosperous Africa. The African Development Bank is a staunch advocate for regional integration in Africa. The bank believes that by working together, African countries can achieve greater economic prosperity and global influence. The bank has been a strong supporter of the African Continental Free Trade Area, or AFCFTA. The AFCFTA aims to create a single market for goods and services across the continent. The bank is providing technical and financial assistance to countries to help them implement the agreement. The AFCFTA has the potential to unlock significant economic opportunities for Africa. It can boost intra-African trade, attract foreign investment, and create jobs. Section 11. A tapestry of resilience and hope. Africa's journey in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic is a testament to its resilience. The continent faced unprecedented challenges, but it never lost sight of its potential. The African Development Bank has been a steadfast partner throughout this journey. The bank's unwavering commitment to Africa's development has been instrumental in mitigating the pandemic's impact. As Africa moves forward, the bank remains dedicated to supporting the continent's recovery and its aspiration for a brighter future. Africa's story is a tapestry woven with threads of resilience, hope, and the unwavering belief in a better tomorrow.